Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome back to another Hunter Hazard. And for this Hunter Hazard we'll take a look at the one that cannot be looked at. It is the awful Medusa. So let's just hop right into it with her passive. Her passive is a very interesting one. It is a very good ability against other hunters especially, but also against other gods in general. And it's a very good passive to have as a hunter. So when you're basic attacking or moving, you will have a side pedal penalty, so to speak. So when you're moving to the sides, you will move slower. Medusa doesn't have that problem. She moves to the sides as quickly as she would move forward. As well as she will move half the... She has reduced... Well, when you move backwards, you'll have reduced speed. But when she moves backwards, she has that reduction reduced by 50%. So this means she can backpedal a lot better than any other god. She can do it a lot faster. She can also move faster to the sides. So this makes her a very slithery snake. It makes her very, very mobile. So this is a very good item. Looks like our Vulcan disconnected, because otherwise I don't think he would have died to the enemy Phoenix. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. He will be back. So, the first ability is an interesting one. It is a buff you cast on yourself. This will provide you a buff for your next 3 basic attacks. These basic attacks will provide a bleed effect that lasts for 1.5 seconds and hit every half a second. So it is a good amount of additional damage on your basics. It also gives you increased attack speed for the duration of your one. So that will be an attack speed increase of 40 up to a maximum of 80%. So those 3 shots can be fired rapid in succession when you have cast your one. That is the interesting part. After 3 shots it's gone, you don't have anything else. If you miss a shot, you still lose the stack on one of your shots. So if you don't hit them, you won't get the additional damage as well as the bleed effect on it. So you want to hit those. If you confirm them all, you not only have attacked him a lot faster with the additional attack speed, you also apply the bleed. The bleed stacks 3 times, so it can do a decent amount of damage. It's not insane, not as when it was released. When Medusa got released, it was way too potent. They nerfed it a lot and now it's pretty balanced in my opinion. But you'll be leveling up your 2 a lot more, and that's because it is a lot more burst. Your 2 is a shot you will fire in a straight line. It's a pretty fast projectile. It will, on impact, spread out behind what you hit. So if you hit something that's in front of you, just next to you, it will spread out behind that target and in a little cone shape. So this can help you out. Let's see, can we at least try to save the Bastet? Bastet is probably saved, and I might be able to pick up... Nice! Able to save the Bastet. Nice. Let's see, can I do something for the Raijin as well? Looks like he might be able to get out. Now I need to get out myself though. I should be fine. Okay, so you can fire it off. It will do a cone-shaped attack behind the target you hit. If you miss it, it doesn't do anything. The cone shape has a good range, because when you fire the acid spray, you will, like I said, have that cone behind it. So if you hit it at max range, the cone will still be behind it. So that's a very good ranged ability. And very good for poking. You can use it on minions. It will detonate behind the minions. You can use it on guards, etc, etc. Very effective. If someone tries to body block, for instance, for a teammate, you can use it. Deal the damage to your opponent that way. It's very good. The third ability is a dash. It is an interesting one. It can be blocked, of course. It has a little bit of a route to it. It's a very brief route. You will route the enemy for just a slight bit, and it will probably allow you to confirm a basic. So it's not bad. Also, when you hit someone with it, it deals damage. And you have a healing reduction debuff on them. The healing will be reduced by 10% up to a maximum of 50% for 3 seconds. So it's a decent healing reduction ability. Will you use it? Probably not too often, because it is mostly used as an escape. It is your only escape tool, only reliable escape tool at least. So that will be a very important one. Stuck in the Odin cage, no real way for me to go. She doesn't have a leap, so there was no real opportunity for me to get out at that point. I tried to use my Sanctuary to get rid of most of the damage from Appriciate, but with his ult in addition, it was just too much damage to deal with. So, let's continue with the final ability, Medusa's ultimate, and you see me use it here. It is an interesting one. It has a couple of features to it. First of all, you will be CC immune while casting it, so you can use it to avoid a lot of the abilities. There is a quite narrow cone shape in front of her where you can deal the damage. The damage you deal depends on if the enemy is looking at you or not. If they are not facing you, then the damage will be reduced by 50%. If they are looking at you, you also have an additional effect. The enemy will be stunned for 2 seconds. So something you will see a lot is people just try to look away as fast as possible to make sure they don't get stunned by this ability. And it is very important because it is a 2-second stun, which is a very long time. And it deals a lot more damage when you actually are facing the Medusa. If you are not facing the Medusa, there's still some sort of an CC effect to it. You will be slowed, and this slow will last for 3 seconds. The slow scales as well. The slow is 20% at rank 1, up to maximum 40% at maximum rank, so it is also a decent slow. It is also a very good ability to, for all the Conquest players, to kind of get rid of a lot of the enemies, because if you want to secure an objective, you can use your ultimate. They don't want to look into it because they will be stunned and they can't contest it, or they have to turn away, and that way you can confirm it yourself. It is also a very good zoning tool, or just in general counter engage. A good way to use your ultimate is when someone is hard committing, or when an enemy team is hard committing on someone on your team. Use your ultimate, surprise them. They are very likely to be too focused on your teammate or trying to get that kill that you can use it. Also a very fun one, if you have a Janus in your team, he can portal you. You can cast your ultimate prematurely, go through the portal and immediately detonate into someone's face. They probably won't see it coming. Well, they will see Medusa's face, but then it will be too late. They will be stunned. It is very, very powerful. So, you will see me leveling up my 1 second. Of course, putting as many points into my ultimate as I can, because it is a good damage source, especially when they are facing you. But your 1 also provides, like I said, the additional attack speed when you level it up. So it's a very good one to level up, and of course increased bleed damage. So definitely a good one to at least level up as much as you can. Shell used just to make sure they don't get damaged too much by the Odin. I try to deal as much damage as I can. Decent amount of damage on the Mercury, and I am able to pick him up for my 6th kill already. So it's going very well, even though the game is still very, very close. Only a couple of points difference between the two teams. So it definitely is going to be a rough one. So, I covered all the abilities. She has a couple of interesting ones. She has a steroid on her 1, only for 3 basics. She has a splash damage kind of ability with her 2. Can be used for wave clear, but it won't hit the entire wave if they are in one straight line. You have the 3 with the healing reduction and a short route. Stops on impact, so it can be body blocked, which can be very unfortunate if you want to use it as an escape. And the ultimate with CC immunity, slow, as well as a potential stun depending on if they are looking at you. I picked up a Sanctuary. I felt like I needed it against the Odin. When I'm stuck inside the cage, I can also use it to prevent a Mercury ult, a Stinger from AMC for instance, high burst combos by the Appriciate. Just a lot of to avoid with that. I also picked up Shell to also deter a lot of the damage from the Odin, from the other gods when I'm stuck inside a cage or when a teammate is stuck inside a cage. So I felt like in this game this is probably the best bet. They have a couple of CCs, but one of them is Shangha's ultimate, which is only really potent when she hit multiple members. So when that doesn't happen, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. as well as they have the Mercury 3, but it's also his escape, so I feel like it shouldn't be too much of an issue, although they are engaging on me. I should be fine, my team is here to support me. We should be good to go. My build, I went for Transcendence first. I wanted to get that one online as quick as possible, because every single of our abilities deal damage and skills pretty well. So getting a good amount of mana as well as a good amount of power is very good honor. I like to build Transcendence. There are of course builds you can go for which just rely on basic attacks. I like to get at least Transcendence in my build, just because I like the additional mana it provides. It allows me to use my abilities a lot more, and she has some very potent abilities. Boots, power boots, second. I like it the most, the power boots. There are a couple of instances where I would choose the attack speed boots. In the end game, when you have crit, it's definitely a very good pickup to have the attack speed boots. But I just like it to get the power early, allowing me to deal more damage with my basics, with my abilities. RC for a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of penetration. I feel like it's a very good item in addition to the Transcendence to get some attack speed early. You kind of always want to get at least one additional attack speed item before you go into the chins to make them more effective. And of course, well, talking about chins, my fourth item is the chins. Chins still very potent item on any hunter. Definitely a good recommendation to get that one online. After this, I will be going for a Titan's Bane. They have a decent amount of healing in the team. Apwash can heal from his corpses. I'm not sure if they have a sovereignty, but they will have sovereignty in that case as well. Sovereignty heal, and as you can see, slow used. Actually, Apwash turned around, got stunned, but his CC reduction was on. He was messed by the Kumba before, I think. So he wasn't CC'd for that long, not the 2 full seconds. Otherwise I might have been able to pick him up, but of course there was still his team to support him. Titan's Bane will also deal with the heal from the Shanga and the hives from the AMC, as well as some lifesteal they might have. So there's a lot of things I can deter with it, and it provides a good amount of pan, good amount of power. I feel like it's overall a very good item, especially because I have a decent amount of ability damage as well. Odin chased me down very far. He is still very healthy. He's quite tanky, so I wasn't too afraid to dive that Phoenix. Was able to deter it with my Sanctuary, so not risking anything. He might have been out of range, but he wasn't, because the immune text was on site. Can we at least get the Mercury? Yes, we can. Shell used just before the Chang'e ultimate came out. I am able to get out of it. I'm not sure if I would have survived if I didn't use my shell, because I have only like 200 health left, and with the Chang'e ultimate used as well as some additional abilities, I think the shell actually saved me. Not too sure, but I'm glad I used it. I don't want to risk it. Nice. Very even game, as you can see, points straight up even, kills straight up even. The games I like the most in Arena. It's just a lot of fun to have those games that really go head to head, and this allows you to kinda get the best out of you, I feel like. Or sometimes when you're behind and you really need to push it. I feel like those are the situations where you can really improve yourself and probably learn the most. Also, losing is not too bad, especially if you know what went wrong or why you can improve with. Definitely good to look at that. An interesting thing you can also use with Medusa with her 1, you can actually cast it inside the base. It will not reset the cooldown, but it will make sure that it doesn't cost you any mana. So that way you will have it. Of course, it is applied on the first 3 shots. So if you really want to use it at the moment you want to, then you maybe don't want to use it inside the base just yet. That's a bit unfortunate. With the upwash, with the slow, not really. Wow! That was a lot of damage. That Stinger on the mark. Nice, well played by the AMC. As well as the Chang'e ultimate. Together for almost 1k damage. Which is a lot. It's more than half my health with the 2 abilities. So I died very, very quickly. I tried to go and use my ultimate to deter them, and as you can see, decent amount of damage. The Apwash is very low. I am able to pick up the Apwash, and Raijin is actually able to pick up 2 of them as well. Picked up the Chang'e and the AMC. Well played. Nice pickup. I didn't die in vain, definitely. I was able to pick up Apwash on my own with lucky basic attack, so to speak. Nice Sanctuary by the enemy AMC deterred me from killing him, but the Raijin, nice dash in, caught 2 of them. Picked up the double. Nice follow-up. And that's something you need to try and do when you're against an Odin. If someone is stuck in an Odin, try to get someone. Of course, there are instances or situations where you won't be able to do so. Ooh, got hit like 3rd. That was a nice Shang ultimate. I was stunned for such a long time. Can I at least try? Nice Sanctuary by the Vulcan. I might be able to... Can I hit my basics? Come on! Ooh, that was very close. Mercury almost had his 1 back up again. So if that was up, he probably would have killed the Vulcan. So I'm glad I didn't miss all my shots. He did survive. I finished off my build with Tidesbane. I feel like it's a very good option. I also feel like it's not too necessary. There are a lot of options that I could have gone for. I felt like this one was quite cheap. And made sure that I have my item finished before the end game. Because I think that will be very important. I could have gone, for instance, like a Wind Demon. Wind Demon is very good as well. Hasten It is also a lot of fun on Medusa with a passive. She's just insanely mobile, can avoid a lot of the things. But with that passive, I feel like I don't really need that Hasten It Fatalis that much. So that's why I went for additional penetration. Wind Demon, not too bad either. Going for some other crit items. For instance, Rage. Rage is actually also a very good option. Because I have a decent amount of attack speed, especially with my 1 as a steroid. Vulcan stuck in the cage, very unfortunate. I'm not sure why the Merc's trying to fight me. As you can see, insane amount of damage. Hit all the 3 of my Viper shots. Ultimate to confirm the damage on the Shang. And also the effect on my ultimate, I forgot to mention. When you kill someone that's under the effect of your ultimate. So that is the stun or the slow or just straight up the damage. Or just looking at you with the damage. If they die, they will leave a statue of them. This statue can be destroyed. This statue procs Golden Bow, for instance, although Golden Bow is going to get removed. And this also procs your 2, so you can use your 2 on those statues to damage your opponents. It's not something you will ever see, because a lot of the times the enemy will just destroy the statue. As you can see on the left side, there's a little statue from the Shang. Interesting fact as well is that you will actually go... The pose you have while you die or while you get killed, afflicted by my ultimate, is the pose you will be made a statue of. So if you are, for instance, doing a emote, a special emote or something like that, you will be a statue in that emote. It's a lot of fun. I tried it once with a emote I got out of a chest back when that was a thing. Not sure why, but that was a thing once. Luckily, that's not a thing anymore. Oh god, I don't want to think about it anymore. Getting a emote out of a chest, it really feels bad. It's even worse than getting a recall, in my opinion. Although there are some fun special emotes, to be honest. Anyway, like I said, still pretty even. Wave to wave again. We are a little bit ahead. We are 3 kills ahead, 7 points of difference. We should be able to pick up the victory. If we get rid of 1 more minion wave, we only need 2 kills. And they will actually need 3 kills. So that gives actually 4 kills. Because they will... Never mind. I can't calculate. They will also only need 2 kills. That's fine. Let's see. Can we do a decent amount of damage? Nice ultimate by the Kumakana. Locking the Odin in place. Off the mark with my ultimate. Can I deal a good amount of damage? Can I hit? Oh, nice. Bastet confirms on the Mercury. Well done. Will cause us to win this game. 6 points of difference. Definitely not a lot. I mean, 1 big creep and 1 kill and you have that difference gone entirely. Very close game. A lot of fun. And I feel like I've shown a lot of the things she has. I feel like I've used everything in some way. You can use the 2 to hit someone while they're behind a minion wave. You can use your 1 if you hit them all. Does an insane amount of bleed damage as well as a good amount of burst. The 3 to pin someone, reduce their healing. Ultimate to stun, turn someone into a statue, slow them. Good amount of damage. Yeah, I feel like I covered her pretty well. I hope you guys think so as well. If you have any questions, just let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.